it now
Turn down your volume. Yeah. Turn down your
and
volume.
go into, all right.
And we're live. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
That's right. It is. It is a good evening because we have Trump in charge with Team Deplorable. Begoggles.
The goggles.
Begoggles. I know, right?
What is the goggles?
I Years ago, the guy at mom's house got chickens and roosters and whatever, and the damn thing wouldn't cock at the right time. It wouldn't. Cock! So it would always get my attention.
Was
And
his cock broken?
his cock was, I'm telling you. And every day, because I sat outside a lot, um, and every day I would hear it and I would try to, it didn't take me long to imitate. Not that I'm great at it, but and then it became Bagackle, or I forgot what John said. Bagackle? Yeah. And then Begiggity. It's transforming. It's alive.
I can't get this on my YouTube.
You can't get your
I can't
phone.
get this whole thing on YouTube.
Does it show that there's a live show?
No, I can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm scrolling through YouTube and I can't, there's nothing here.
Huh. Um, are
Share
you
to me on Messenger. Maybe once I get that, I can get in here.
okay? Are you yeah, okay. Let's see that. Are you in Liberally I'm sorry, are you using my name, like the Liberally Challenged name, or are you using Helen? Because it's there.
Should I go in
Good
liberally
evening.
challenged?
Good evening. Yeah, go into Liberally Challenged. I don't, you mean it's not popping up on your phone yet? That means it's not popping
It's
up
not
on
popping
anybody.
up on my YouTube. Yeah.
There you go. That's odd. I don't know what that means. Top messages, all messages. I don't know why they do this shit. I really don't. All right. It's really not.
Okay, liberally challenged, live, 466 subscribers.
That's all
No.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
but there's,
you go into it should pop up
okay,
when you
I
go
got
in
it. I
there.
got it.
Okay. All right. Take your time. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to the live chat. Okay.
There you go. See, Joe is on respite, so we're gonna we're gonna talk conspiracies, because there's a lot of questions even other conspiracists have, and I think I have a few answers. I really do. I believe I do. I hope to God I do. I hope I'm right. All right, so do you see? Okay, so can you share when you share, you see it says like those groups? Joe's usually good at this. I
Well,
share
Zane
too.
says good evening.
What?
Soul Zane says good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Soul Zane.
Saul is Alan, isn't it?
Yes.
Good evening, Alan. I'm sorry, I'm so stuffed up. I'm still stuffed up. I'm still kind of sick, but we wanted to come on and talk a few things out. Mainly, a bit of the conspiracies that my friend William Black wrote in the last show, which I'm gonna have to open right now, because his questions are ginormous. But, oh no, not Howard Stern. What is that doing there? Stop! No, it's Morton Downey. Howard Stern and Morton Downey apparently didn't get along. Morton Downey Jr. It's pretty funny. I didn't get to watch the full thing. That's what I do. I scan everything and I try to go back. That's why I usually have like tons of tabs open, but I'm learning. Get through it. Go.
There you go.
What did you have to tell us about Presley? Because I don't know anything about that, which is the one of the that's the bold black chick, right? From the
Yeah,
squad,
yeah,
AOC's buddy
yeah.
and
What happened with
Talib and
that was
Omar.
when they were going after Omar because she didn't show any compassion for the two people that got killed in front of the Jewish museum.
Are you serious?
AOC and Presley decided that they were going to defend her. You know, like she's not doing nothing wrong. Meanwhile, we all know what it was all about because what's her face? Omar has no feelings for the Jewish people. You know, like she's all for the Gazans and all the rest of them over there, the Palestinians.
My God, it's both. It's both, first of all, people. You see, the fact that they take sides means that we shouldn't either. Does that make sense, guys? If they're taking sides, they're not, we shouldn't be. They're taking Gaza's side, right? They don't care about these Jews, right?
Right.
Then it would go to show that we should be thinking there's something wrong. Why are they protecting the bad?
Well, the guy that shot these two people was a left wing
Okay.
Hispanic.
I'm not explaining myself right, but yeah, a left-wing Hispanic,
Hispanic, yes. I think his name was Lopez.
right? Well, there you go. It seems to me that we should be thinking double opposite. Like, it's this whole thing, I've said it before, it's a play and a play and a play and a play. They're protecting the Gaza Strip, but Israel is being the bad guys there. Israel won't let anything into, like, they're saying they're blowing up Hamas, but it's obvious that they're not just blowing up Hamas.
I don't understand what's going on with that because
I do. It's
they all got a reason why they're doing what they're doing.
perhaps there's something in Gaza that the Democrats are protecting. There you go. Now I'm saying it the right way, I think. Right? Or the Israelites are protecting. And it's not really the Israeli people, it's the governments, it's the, Khazar, the Zionists, the Ashkenazi. I mean, there's the
All
Jesuits.
over land. It's all
Hmm.
over land. Gaza does not want Israel to exist. And let me tell you something. Compared to Gaza, Israel is like one section of Brooklyn in New York.
Yeah, There's no, I really believe that we had our war there. It's not the people. It's us, Q, against the cabal, the top of the cabal. And it's way higher than Soros, guys. They're not gonna tell, they're not that stupid. Comey's not that stupid leaving seashells on the seashore. I'm just saying, I can't help it. It's what everybody's believing. Um, it's kind of driving me up the wall. Certain things just cannot be believed. For example, Bongino, right? And Cash Patel. Again, a double ploy.
Good evening, American Made. Jesus is the way to the truth and the life. There is no other way to God but through him. Satan hates believers. We stand for the Holy Land. We pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Shalom.
Yeah, but the Palestinians believe in one God too. Trump and our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is not happy with what's going on with Gaza, which makes myself get alert. I will say this again. You have one little boy in Israel, 4 years old. You have one little girl in Palestine, 4 years old. Which do you bomb?
Neither.
Right.
I know a lot of innocent people are dying for nothing.
If you had to choose. If you had to choose. See, there's something we're missing, and we're missing the big cabal fight. I want to get to some of actually let me do that now. Let me go into I have to um I'd like to answer some of William Black's if I can, William, because you had some pretty sharp questions there. But I'll tell you something. I was reading through them pretty quick, and I remember thinking, hey, I can actually go over this stuff and perhaps answer it. Most of it. Because I'm nothing special, man, but I'm seeing the bigger picture. I am seeing what others say about the bigger picture. Right, where is his questions? The other thing he wanted to, that was yesterday's show, right? Bagakos. Not today's. Um, but the one thing he did ask was why, because we all knew when Trump, or we all thought when Trump got into office that everything would come out.
No, I can't.
From he was mentioning from the Las Vegas shooter, which Joe and I have mentioned quite a bit, to oh, there it is. A whole bunch of different topics. Oh, that's right. This stupid sort thing, man. I hate this thing. Come on, YouTube. Get with it. Get with it. Do I have to come on there and fix it up myself?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he says, this is A Black 7777. William Black. In addition to my comments below, I thought when we elected Donald J. Trump to be president, that suddenly the truth would be revealed and become undeniably evident. He goes on to dispense with false reality, to make the best of our living. But the behavior of the clowns of the FBI, the false reality being enhanced, we still have no idea why so many were injured and killed at music festivals in Las Vegas. It's still not been revealed why Alfred P. Murrow building in Oklahoma City was blown up and who did it and how was it accomplished. Assassination of JFK, RFK, MLK. And he goes on. I mean, there's a lot. The American Airlines, the airliner over Brooklyn. I mean, he's a pilot, guys. Uh, by the way, I don't want to forget that. So I actually, to be honest with you, Bill, I would have preferred you to come on like old times and Zoom and tell us what you think about the drones and the airlines. I'm gonna have an open show hopefully this weekend. Um, see if Dana will come on. Maybe Mama Helen, you're more than welcome. People are welcome on. You just have to let me know. Let us know in the community or email us theliberallychallenged@gmail.com. Very simple. All right. I want to start
Yeah,
off with
well,
the
Trump can't, Trump was left with a lap full of crap.
oh no kidding, yeah. Oh, you ain't
And
kidding.
he can only fix certain amount of things.
That's
But
correct.
he's been working in the shadows
Long time.
a long time. Right.
Longer
So
than we
he
know.
has to, believe me, there's a lot of things that were done that we don't know about. And because that'll mess up the plan. If people knew exactly what he was doing.
Correct. The same with Bongino and Cash, and I'll say it again, they do not know half the shit that us conspiracists know. They just don't. Now, they look, for lack of better words, like two people that have just had their eyes opened to something really huge. That would be the awakening, fellas and gals. That would be the awakening. I haven't used that word in a while, but there is such a thing. It is happening. You want to call it Armageddon. You want to call it the rapture. You want to call it the Omega 13. I think it was Omega 13. Um, there's something happening. There's a weirdness. There's a evil that's loosened. It's been loosened in our societies,
And what Trump is doing is slowly getting rid of it because
which,
you can't just throw Omar out of the country and say, get the hell out of here. You're not welcome here. You don't belong in our America. If you're against America,
well, we
you
want the
gotta
evil out. Listen, we all are actually good vibes. So why wouldn't we want that evil out? Any of it, any of it. That's why I was
because
mentioned Grady Judd yesterday. Officer
the
Grady Judd.
scales won't balance then. Okay? You gotta show them that there's evil. You gotta take the evil and make it look like you're swallowing it. Okay? Because there's one thing about Trump, even from when he was in office the first time, he never let the right hand know what the left hand was doing. And he didn't, and when he would speak to us, he would speak to us in a roundabout way, and you would have to read between the lines to know what the fuck he was talking about. I'm sorry.
Correct. No, you're right. And it's still going on. See, I'm not sure. I did not watch it, the Bongino Cash interview. I did see them. I like to do that, watch for a little bit, just to see them on video. And they did look
Lost.
shocked. Shocked.
Lost.
I don't now, maybe they don't know how to lie, but I don't think that's it. I think that they had a rude awakening and they're forced to deal with it. It may have been bad timing for them to go on a new show, but something tells me there's even more to it than that. I'll get into that a little bit later, I think. What else does he say? Million of perpetrators. Okay. So we're rounding up this evil. We're getting the good vibes going. What comes next? What comes next? After this evil in this country alone, with this beautiful golden dome, golden era, beautiful military, uh, lots of people that deserve prison are there. They're out of our hair. There's less crime. There's more humanity coming back, more jobs, economy's doing good. We're prospering. What's next? What comes after that? Mama Helen, can you figure that one out? I know I ask absurd questions once in a while. It's not really absurd because what comes next is the truth. Okay? This is a fact. As angry as 10, 20, 50% of us, 70% of us are that understand the truth, the rest are just not ready for it. We
Yeah, they
have to
couldn't handle
wait.
it. They couldn't handle it.
They couldn't handle it. And I've said this before, we have to wait. They are not playing games. This is all science, math, okay? So if the clock is close to it, either they're forced to do it or they're right on time. But it's not now.
That's the key word, time.
Right.
Timing is everything.
Right. Like the AI Pope coming out before Trump flew to the Mideast and the whole Comey shell thing when Trump was flying back. Please, guys, please. I'll keep saying it. Comey did not play with seashells by the seashore. Who controls the internet now, for the most part? Was Zuckerberg at a certain inauguration? And where's Instagram, guys? Who has Instagram then? Facebook and Instagram are the same. It's Zuckerberg. Is it more plausible that Trump and the administration did it themselves because now they control it? Bum, 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 ba-da-da. See what I'm saying? We're not
Yeah,
asking the
because
right
all of a sudden
questions.
Trump is posting on Instagram. And he's also posting on what do you call it? X.
Facebook. Oh, really?
Yeah. And Facebook also.
Yeah.
And he was banned because they didn't like his tweets. They didn't like his what he was posting, so they banned him.
I told John Burgess, I'm like, we used to hear people on Zoom snoring, and it wasn't us. I've been alone waiting for friends to come on and heard things. And it was just like, it just couldn't be around, once or twice if something happened, but not that many times. We're in control now. No doubt in my mind. I've seen it physically. Like, I mean, I can't make that up. You don't believe me, that's really your problem. I really don't care. That's the Brooklyn attitude. You don't believe me? All right, mama. See,
For the old Italian salute.
yeah. Fucking shit day. How wonderful is this country that Brooklyn is pretty darn big, actually, but I mean, Helen never even really lived Well, we've been around each other's neighborhoods, but we never really lived in those neighborhoods. But there's some things that just didn't change in Brooklyn. Like, for example, if I said the word stoop, you know
Oh,
what a stoop is.
yeah.
But a lot of people wouldn't know that, we're gonna go downstairs and sit on the stoop.
You're gonna
It's
go
like
sit on the stoop.
it's apartment building stoop or if we say we're gonna order a pie or get a car service. Right away, because I've had people say, "What are you talking about? You're gonna order a pie?" And I'm like, "I'm not in Brooklyn anymore." Even in New Jersey, they understand. Pennsylvania, they understand.
Yeah, well, a lot of people from Brooklyn moved to Pennsylvania and Jersey.
Exactly. Exactly. I'll ne I'll never forget um after 9/11, my mother and I had already tickets for Atlantic City. And it was days, just 2 or 3 days after 9/11, but we braved it out and went because really, as if the buses were going, we wanted to get out for the evening. It was like the bus schedules, this is what they did. You paid $30 for the bus, say. Basically, you're just paying for gas. Everything else is paid by the hotels because once you get there, they give you a voucher. Usually, especially if you're a repeating customer, right? You would get a 20 or $30 voucher right back. So you're not
Right,
really
right,
paying for the
right, right,
trip,
right. They give you the
you know.
money to play with.
But you also have to make it back on that bus in time.
Right, when the bus is ready to go, you better be on that bus. If not,
And
get you
there are tons of them.
no.
So we were off to Atlantic City, and I remember there was also another bomb threat in the tunnels. I think something like that because it was either a friend or my boyfriend. I can't remember who, but they were telling me to be very careful, worried about you and stuff. It must have been a boyfriend. No, I'm kidding. I was with my boyfriend at the time. No, I just didn't think it was. It's weird how the memory works. Anyhow, we did go and we're walking around. Maybe I asked for coffee or something. And right away, the people in New Jersey knew I was from New York and just started coming up and apologizing. Not so much my mother, but they knew I was from New York, from Brooklyn. And I mean, it was the most beautiful, most respectful thing. And it's true, everything was such a mess that at that point I was like, oh God, no. No, no, no. I have it pretty good. I mean, I didn't. Nobody really did. It hurt like a motherfucker. But now that I think about it, that's what I would have done for somebody that had dealt with it if I had realized they were from New York. Now that I'm older, age matters, people. So I don't know what happened to those beautiful people back there in Atlantic City, but it might have
Well,
been
that's
Trump
why the
Plaza
day
too.
9/11 hit.
Sorry?
I was working in Kings Plaza Diner when 9/11 hit. Do you know I spent most of the day playing like a social worker to people that were coming in?
Yeah. Oh, I believe that. I believe that.
I was, I made a very good friend out of somebody too from that because he came from there. He left the city. He was in that building or near that building, and I was like a social worker to them. You know,
A lot of people needed I mean, that I did that a lot with the bartending. So, I always loved the sticker at Full Moon that I worked in. My boss Avi, but it was Cricket's the old owner had that sticker up there. It goes, my bartender could beat up your therapist.
without a doubt, without a doubt.
I have a picture. I'm sure I was smart enough to take a picture of that because that bar changed shortly after I left, at least. He just assumed that Epstein killed himself. Let me explain something else. Mama Helen, can you tell me, did you watch the show with Bongino and Cash? Did
No,
you watch any of the news?
no.
You didn't watch it, but you heard a lot about it, right? That they failed us, that they didn't.
Oh, yeah, that, yeah. Because
Let me
they
ask you
think
something.
they really, in their heart, believe that Epstein was killed in the jail.
Hi, Bert.
And they're pissed off because people are not being arrested for it.
Specifically the Epstein thing. Do you remember them saying stuff about Epstein?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was looking at something.
That's okay. Do you remember anything about what they said about Epstein? Because from what I'm reading, they said that Epstein did kill himself, that he was in that jail, that this did happen, right?
Yeah, but there was also they were saying that the cameras were down. This I find weird. The
But they
cameras
did,
were down when they were supposed to be watching him. The guards fell asleep, but they did remember they did get on video somebody being taken out in an ambulance or a truck before they said that he killed himself.
right. Well, we know
Another
what happened.
rumor is
That
another
was
rumor.
Hillary's brother
Thank
that
you. I was
we
just going
saw.
to say that. That
What's his
was
Tony?
Hillary's brother because he
Is it
looked
Tony
a lot
Clinton?
like him.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was him. I have guys, no doubt in my mind, it was him. Absolutely him. I even checked the ears out. They were very similar. These are hints that these people left us. Like we were talking about Hillary on the slab. How come that picture what didn't make it to the platforms? And like, well, how is this real? This can't be Hillary Clinton dead. Where she's like blue and I mean, she looks like she's been.
And who sleeps on a metal bed?
Oh, come on, no, she was dead in that picture. But
No, I know.
why wasn't there any retaliation? Is what I want to know.
She
Because
crossed
they're trying
them
to
when
wake us
he was
up.
at that 9/11 memorial
Yes,
because she was
she
pushed
was arrested then.
into that van.
Yes.
Then they were supposedly saying they took her to her daughter's house. So after an hour or two, all of a sudden, without all the rickety bobblehead that she was doing, out walks out her body double.
Oh yeah.
And you could
Oh
see
yeah.
that was her body double because the face wasn't the same. She was about 20 years younger.
Yeah, and she was shorter, I think.
Shorter.
She was shorter. And I've also mentioned this before. Listen to the interview she did with Anderson Cooper on CNN right after that. Why the hell is there static? Really? They couldn't hang up? They're both in New York. I'm Zooming with you guys. I've seen people do live shows for much longer and there's no static. So you're telling me they didn't hang up? I'm telling you, go and watch. I'm not going to sit
Hey,
here and
when
do
you're
your homework.
dead, you're calling long distance.
The devil gave her last quarter. Um, so okay, couple of things. So we're waiting for enough scientifically, mathematically, we're waiting for enough people to wake up. They are not going to do things differently because it hurts your feelings. The priority is to save as many people as possible. And that's worldwide. That means Israelis and Palestinians. Okay? Please do not take sides anymore. Realize that they've always lied to us. That's what I was trying to say before. If they seem to be pro Gaza, maybe they're lying to us about it. And really, they're pro Israel. because it makes no sense to me that our president and our Secretary of State want them to get humanitarian aid because these people are starving in the Gaza. I'm talking about babies. And you could go on any, people have been begging over there and everybody's ignoring them except for like Nutso Candace Owen.
Yeah, but I want to tell you
But
something.
now Trump is saying it. Trump is saying it now. Okay? That's because there's not the war that we think it is. Everybody is equal, except the fucking cabal. They're fucking beyond evil. Almost everybody else can be repaired. Repent. Not these evil. They must be destroyed. Must. Or else humanity would not exist. This is factual, my friends. Why? Because I believe in science and math. Mathematically, and believe me, mathematically, if Biden was actually president those 4 years, we would have been dead or communistic. I mean, a great portion. It would have been these illegals, which I still believe are mostly UN barbarians. They're hired thugs, whatever you want to call them, gang members. They would have taken up shop all over, burning down like they did in Portland, Oregon, and parts of New York, and all over in Chicago, all over the place. Can you imagine if they kept coming in and coming in, not stopping? There'd be total anarchy. And those are evil, evil, evil. They need to be destroyed. I know Christians and people of good faith don't believe in the death penalty, but sorry, somebody had to do it. Because why? Because when you killed them, you're saving others. When you take them out of society for good, like someone as worthless as Nancy Pelosi, which we're going to get up to next, or Comey, right? Which we believe, Helen and I believe, Comey is alive, but in Gitmo. Okay.
Yeah, there's no mistake that Trump is opening up Alcatraz.
Oh no. Oh, come on. Come on, people. He's
I
a
think
builder.
Gitmo's getting too full. I mean, I think he's got a
30,000
place.
beds only goes so
I
far,
think
and I
he's
don't know
got a
how many
place
there
for the
was there
pedos.
in the first.
I think he's got a. I think he's putting up Alcatraz for the pedos, and
Yeah, that
Gitmo
makes
for
sense to
the
divide them
traders.
too.
Huh?
There's something wrong with these people's heads to be this way in the first place. I don't believe a baby is born as a baby. Now, you have these people who have lived their lives as sex slaves. Oh, that's right. I wanted to play the Gorka video. I'll do that tomorrow in the day, I think. Play those videos. Let me actually play this Nancy Pelosi video. And then Mama's going to tell you a couple of things, what you're looking at. And let me see. I have it on the Facebook, right? Yeah, here it is. And I mean, it's kind of funny, really. It's kind of funny, but okay. Oh, there he is. Birch agrees. Thank you, Birch. Danny. All right. So that's Paul, right?
Yes.
And then
The
who
guy
else was
that
there?
was dancing in front of her, I don't know who. I can't make out who he is.
The bald guy?
No, not the bald guy. The guy that she was hugging and dancing in front of.
Well,
I
who's
mean,
the
she was
bald guy
dancing pretty
then?
good for somebody with a busted hip.
I know. Well, we know it's not her. So who's the bald guy then?
The bald guy is Smokey Robinson from
I
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Okay.
And he is a known pedo. He was diddling people in his house while the
Diddling,
maid was cleaning
diddling,
the next
diddling people.
room.
It was diddling. That's
He
disgusting.
was diddling.
Diddling. So, I thought she was dancing with Smokey, and the guy in the purple I thought was like either Hakeem or Booker. Booker wears all those weird vibrant colors, so um but it doesn't matter. The fact is, we don't know what the hell they're doing. This is all fake. Because why would this look so bad? Why does all this shit look so bad?
Yeah, and that party looks like it was from a house. It doesn't look like that was a house party.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And
And if it doesn't make
what
sense,
is
my
the
friends.
meaning of the song that they were playing? We'll be dancing in the streets.
Yeah,
That I didn't think of until just now.
isn't that funny? Yeah, there's no coincidences, guys. There's none anymore. Where did you get that? I didn't even look. Do you remember where you got that from? Because time matters when these things come out. Smokey Robinson liked them young. He liked girls or boys, do you know? Not that it
I
matters.
don't know. He was married as long as I remember. He was married and has kids. But that never stopped a pedo before.
No, no, and they don't think they're pedophiles when it's a young a mid-teenager either. Like someone between like 14 and 17. They
Yeah,
don't think
well,
it's
years
pedophilia.
ago, everybody up to the age of 16 or 17 they were considered rapists for going with these little girls.
Right.
But now, in this day and age, especially out in Cali, they believe it's perfect that, hey, if the kid's 11 years old and she wants it, she can get it, and you ain't getting arrested for it.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Why are things going backwards and not forwards? By the way, guys, I'm sorry about some of the mistakes I made. Like, I said Biden had pancreatic cancer yesterday instead of prostate. I think I said South America instead of South Africa, things like that. I'm so sorry. My head was like, "Whoa." I didn't do too bad. I tried to spit the shit out, try to get it out.
Yeah, well, don't forget, you were very sick.
I know. I definitely feel like
I was
50%
shocked
better.
that you even went live. I I found it after you finished, and I watched it. That's funny because when you were saying the things that you were saying, I was like trying to answer you. No, no, no. It's South Africa, not South America.
Yeah,
I was talking.
there you go. Yeah, yelling at me. Oh, come on, Carolyn. That makes sense. I'm sure a bunch of people just kind of pushed it off or whatever, or was like, "Come on, Carolyn, step." No, I'm kidding. So, are you having that now? Are you having one now, John? What we talked about earlier. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm hungry, guys. I haven't eaten yet, but I just don't feel like eating. I've lost an incredible amount of weight. I'm hoping. No, I don't know. Never works that way, does it? Um,
Yeah, sometimes it does.
sometimes. I don't know. Let me see. I'll be sick for another few days and
Well, the cold, yeah, as long as you're not barfing anymore.
no. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. Oh God, that was the most awful thing. The most awful thing. Every time I laid back down, I was like, nope, let me get back up again. Anyhow, so what I really wanted to know, I didn't mean to jump back and forth, but what I really wanted to know that you didn't watch was the Cash Patel and Dan Bongino interview. because the way they phrase things really matters. Words matter. So if they had said something, and I haven't gone back and looked. Believe me, guys, I don't have the time, and I'm not that, much of a genius. I'd rather play spades. But if I'm going to go back and look and hear, like you said about Trump, we have to read between the lines. It's sometimes what they don't say. For example, maybe they said, yes, Epstein killed himself, but maybe that's true. Maybe they're not lying about that. Maybe Epstein's military tribunal, his punishment was to take his own damn needle or own damn gun and shoot himself. Because as most conspiracists know, they had two choices. Right, Helen?
Yes. One is to
Shot in the
get
back of the
a
head,
shot or a shot.
a shot or a shot. So who's to say they really listen? I did not listen to the exact words. I'm just saying that certain things cannot be overlooked because we are playing the most ninth chess chess in that's ever been played before, except that it's not a game,
Yeah, we're up to 10D instead of 5D.
right? Beat my breasts because I said chess. Love it when people connect the dots. Did you ladies get the jabs? I hope no. Our
Where
blood
did you
is
get that
good.
from?
What?
Where did you get that from?
That's Birch in the chat.
How
Maybe
come I
you
don't
have to
see it?
refresh. There's a lot more dots, Birch. I mean,
Oh, Mr. Birch, we never got the shot. We are pure bloods. Oh,
so
yes.
if Dan Bongino said, "Hey, I saw the paperwork," well, maybe he's not lying about seeing that paperwork and that paperwork saying that same shit. Doesn't mean it's true or not, right? That's why I'm saying wording matters. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't have thought of that, but I was really good at riddles. And a lot of riddles had to do with like, word in the English grammar and tricks like that. It's good play, Trump. Good play.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. There's no doubt. We are in the best hands ever. At least this country is. And bravo. I think we're going to take in those asylum seekers from South Africa. These poor
Yeah,
people.
well, you know what we could always do? The ones that don't want those asylum seekers here,
Trade them.
send the suckers over there, the American
Bye,
haters,
bye, bye.
and you go over there.
What I said is here, we'll give you BLM and Antifa. Have fun. We'll take those people that love this country because they know what it's about. How do people from South Africa understand the American Constitution better than most Americans, or at least Democrat Americans for the most part? How is that possible? You know why? Because they lived through misery. When
Yeah,
Trump
these
had
poor
called,
people that were killed, their land was stolen from them too.
yes, yes,
These
collecting riches,
farmers,
sitting on
their land
riches.
was stolen.
They're trying to catch up with Egypt or any part of Africa, Nigeria or Zimbabwe or whatever. I don't know where these countries are. I'm so bad with that. Um. Okay,
Just
so
remember one thing: God is watching.
but that's the thing. I don't. I personally, I personally
Don't
don't
go
care
there.
what God you believe in. Believe in humanity and believe that there's evil and good and believe that religion and race and creed absolutely have nothing to do with it, or else you're just gonna not, you're not gonna, Blossom? What's the word? You're not, maybe you're not going to be lifted to the rapture, whatever you wanted. You have to believe that if you're on the good side, then we have to do it, everything good for humanity, for us.
All
Oh, yeah.
right. So, what else did you wanted to say about Pelosi's last dance? That was her last dance before she went to Gitmo.
Yeah, right? Well, that was definitely fake. That's all I wanted to say, that there's fake shit out there. Um, like I'd love to believe that this shooting in Washington, oh, I got it, Janine Pirro going. I heard her announcement today about how she's going to take care of it. It's just it's crazy how that works, right? She just gets on board, right? And then boom, something happens right in Washington, D.C.
Plan, maybe?
Thank you. Thank you. Because we have to wake up the people. I'm sorry if you believe, look, you could create a whole family on AI. You could. Nobody would ever know that terrible. Either that video should be 20 something years old. How do I know? I'm an artist. I pay attention to shit. That video we watched of Pelosi dancing, they don't look like they should be 20 years younger, but the video does. Are you kidding me, people? It's in front of your eyes. Remember when they did this thing, they would, oh, look at all the Democrats. There's so many of them. Meanwhile, it was just a spread out 30 of them, but the way they take the picture makes it look like there's thousands or hundreds of thousands. It's
Yeah.
just
And in that picture, if you look at the picture, you'll see one person in that same bunch of people four
added.
times.
That's correct. That's correct.
I noticed that.
There are things out there, guys, and it's fooling you. And I really believe this is why I can't have such a big show at the moment, because people are not ready for me. They're not ready for Helen or the flat earth theory, or even, I mean, there's a lot of sciences and obvious technologies. I mean, come on, guys. A dome. I've been only telling you since the beginning. Our military is 50 to 100 years more advanced. Only a handful know this. But there are things, right? Including a super dome that we're going to have. A golden dome. Gold is a very important color. Oh, I should get into that next time. Kind of, I mean, it's a golden era, it's a golden age, but you also think of gold, like it's either the pearly gates or the golden gates in heaven. Is it like a gold gate, or is it
Early
always,
grade,
it's the pearly
early
gates?
days.
Well, there's like gold halls or something. I don't know. Even Joe said it the other day, something about the Vatican
Yeah, the
being all,
streets are supposed to be lined with gold.
there you go. That was it. Thank you. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight. Um, Remember who controls Instagram, who controls Facebook, who controls Zoom, who controls YouTube. This show would not be up like this if the bad guys controlled YouTube. I promise you.
Wasn't there something else you wanted to talk about?
Well, we talked about Presley. We talked about, no, I don't think so. I mean, I could go into the plane crashes and stuff, but maybe we'll see if Bill will come on if he has time during his busy flights to islands, to like these paradises every freaking week. He's always somewhere different. He'll be in like Minnesota, then he'll be on like Costa Rica, and then it's like all over. Um, well, you started talking about the crosses of the South Africans. You didn't want to get back to that, did you? Because I could go on. I mean, that,
I mean, there was a video. I mean, when the president had the president of South Africa in the office, he had this Jagunda TV in there. Now there is no TV in the Oval Office. He put that in there just to uh just so he could show him this because like he was, handing Trump a line of horse shit. And then Trump turned around and asked him a question, and he says, "Well, he had something to say about the farmers that were getting killed." Now he says, "Well, I have pictures." And then he said to the people to turn down the lights, and he showed him the video. And when he showed him the video, the guy was sweating bullets. He was looking all around the room for an escape route. And then he started showing him pictures of the crosses on the road. And he says, "Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? These are crosses of all the people that your country has killed, that you had put to death." He's going, "Oh, I didn't do that. The people have to learn their own constitution like you do." And this, that, and that, the other horse. She's like, "It wasn't me." Like that song, "It wasn't me."
Yeah. But the fact is, Trump brought him over here, sat him in a big white chair, made him so fucking noticeable that people do take notice of South Africa. And you might be a denier, but I mean, go Google it. Go Google. I mean, I don't care what Google says. Go Google South African news. All right? Get yourself some Chinese news while you're at it, Democrats. And how about some Gaza news? See what Trump says about it. Because I'm not wrong. You can't
And
look
this
into
wasn't
any.
your NBC, MSNBC, Clown News Network. This
Yeah.
was Routers. And there was helicopters flying over that stretch of land, that stretch of highway where all those crosses were. Not on one side, on both
Both
sides.
sides. I saw it. I did see it. And actually, you sent it to me too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. And it's got to stop with the race thing. How come it's out that it's definitely the white farmers? They're even saying it themselves. Well, whites in general. We ourselves had a friend that died last year from South Africa. Which was so just unexpected. It was unexpected. And then this guy's saying, no, it's not, and it's not, they're not white, Stop with the fucking racism already. The reason that Trump did it was to stick it in your faces. Come on, people, wake up. If I can't show you
Well,
and,
they're supposed to be. The reason why he was here was because he was supposed to make some kind of trade deal with Trump.
money, 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 money,
He was supposed to make it.
money.
And the G summit is supposed to be held in South Africa in the fall.
Good.
And Trump wasn't gonna go, but now he said he's going.
We're 70,000 out of 63 million people will be here and safe. Good. Well, Trump doesn't have to go. Let him not go.
Well, he said he didn't want to attend, but now he changed his mind, and now he said he's gonna go.
Because now he has control over there. That's what makes sense to me. Why go there if you're not going to be safe at all? If you have control, you're going to be safe, right? So this
Just like
money
he
that
had
we were supposed to
control,
go on.
just like he had control of the guy, the king of Saudi Arabia that he went to visit, the guy
Yeah,
that gave him the plane,
yeah.
and he had control of the other one, Qatar.
They all conceded to
Yes,
Trump.
he let him know, I'm the boss.
That's right. Absolutely. I'm so bad with my Middle Eastern states, but we'll have to go over that one day because I know you've probably seen there was that 2-hour episode of Trump going around the world and everybody like bowing to Trump. Did you
Yeah.
ever see? It was like an hour, 45 minutes. That was a eye opener. And they left that on YouTube. I wonder if it's still there. If it's there, guys, I'll find it and I'll put it in the community because it's the most excellent thing I've ever watched, um, which proves how much respect around the world is given to Trump, or they kneel to him. It's either or.
Oh yeah.
Join the
Come on,
team
look
or
what he
you're on
did
the
in
floor.
England. Look what he did in England. Remember when he went to go visit the Queen of England?
Yeah, went
Nobody
right in front
walks
of
in
her.
front of the Queen of England.
That's correct. And yet that happened.
And when he
I've
was
been,
at one of those G summits, he
oh
pushed
yeah,
his way
so
in.
there's,
He just pushed them all out of the way, like, get the hell out of my way. And he went right up front. And nobody said a word.
yeah, I remember that too. That was, yeah. I think he pushed over the German, or who was it? The original German
Yeah, the
president?
German broad, the French guy.
The French guy, that was who I was thinking of. He pushed him over and was just like, okay, I'm here.
That's right.
So South Africa, that's good that he's going to go, which means he's safe.
And he also, they showed you, I saw a video when he went to Saudi Arabia, not Saudi Arabia, Qatar. The guy that was wearing the gray robes when he
Yes.
went to that country.
Yeah,
Nobody is allowed to touch these princes or kings or whatever.
that's right.
Trump actually tapped him on his arm. You
See,
get shot for that
it's a
in
show of
over there.
power. And I think the South African thing, instead of giving them money at all, let's fly them over here and that will equal out whatever trade, we'll still get what they owe us, but we'll pay for that. Or if they really want, we'll give them BLM and Antifa or every Democrat that wants to try to survive over there. White. Let's pick a white Democrat. You know what? If it wasn't so damn expensive, I'd pay for your ticket to go fly over there and back. But I know it'd be a few $1,000 and I ain't gonna waste that money on any Democrat. All right.
Nope.
You know, I was thinking very heavily who deserves like Trump definitely deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. But I was also thinking that the man who invented knock knock jokes deserves the Nobel Prize. Nobel knock knock jokes, Nobel Prize. Did she
No
freeze?
doorbell.
Oh, I thought you
No
froze.
doorbell.
You got it? Yeah, I know. Damn it. I was a little slow on that. I try, guys. Say goodbye. Say goodbye, Helen.
Good
You
night,
did great.
folks.
Mama Helen and I say goodbye. We love you. Thanks, Birch and Ellen and Mac and everybody who stopped by, and we'll see you next